Hey guys, what's up? Trooper Brady here, and I'm doing another review for you. And one of these reviews, since Rogue One's coming out tonight, today's the 16th, Rogue One's coming out, but I wanted to do this Star Wars kind of thing. So tonight I got a Star Wars Battlefront stream going on. My stream will be down in the description. I got tons of things going on tonight. I'm going to be watching Star Wars Episodes 3 and 4, right in the middle where Rogue One's supposed to be. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a great movie. I can't wait to see it tomorrow night, opening night. It's going to be great, and I hope to see some of my fans there. With that said, let's get into the review. Now, this is a pretty weird review for me. I don't normally do this sort of thing. But I read interesting, well I didn't read it, but I listened to an audiobook of a book made in 2009, made and written by Joe Schreiber, Star Wars Death Troopers. Now this book's story is about an Imperial prison barge that is basically holding prisoners on board, and the barge's engines go out, and now the warden needs to the warden and the captain need to call in any Imperial fleets. Needs to call in the Imperial fleet to help him out with some to give him some parts for the engine. Now the warden sees that there is a first-class Star Destroyer near his location, so they go to it and they want to see if they have any parts. If they have any parts that they can give them for their engine. But the Star Destroyer comes back with no feed, no nothing from the Star Destroyer. It's absolutely silent. And basically they find out that the Star Destroyer has been drifting for days, months, even years. It's been drifting for a while, and they start to question if they should even go on the ship because there's like no one on board. They even have like a freaking organic life form reading, and there's only like 12 life forms on board scanning, and their scanners are really good. They're scanning for, pulses and all that. And so they only see that there's only 12 souls on board. So they say, you know what? Screw it. We're going to send a search party up to the Star Destroyer, and we need some extra parts. We're going to send you some engineers, and you're going to go search for some parts for our thrusters. So there's a guy in this book named Sartoris. He is the commander of the search party that goes up there, and he is an accomplice to the murder of Kale and Trigg's dad. I forgot their last name. It's kind of weird, but their dad was killed by Sartoris because they watched the whole thing, and of course Cody, the doctor, kind of like the main character, sees this, and she doesn't even give Sartoris any thing after that incident. But Sartoris is in charge of this search party, and they send, and even he's like, that's kind of a bad idea. Maybe they don't want us to go there. But, they do it anyway because, I don't know, because story-wise. So they go up to the Star Destroyer, and they do some scouting, and a couple minutes later, they come back, and they are horribly sick. I mean, there are just so many sick souls off of that ship. And Cody's in the medical room with her droid waist, which is okay, because now she's got 4 hands, so she's good to go. But they're trying to, see what's going on. And because, everybody's throwing up, everybody's, bleeding out of their eyes, everybody's, having yellow pus coming out of their mouths. It's just, there's this weird disease happening to them. So, after about a day, I think, they start dying. They start, dying. And so, that's where the whole zombie thing happens. Now, the great thing about this book is that the zombie action doesn't happen until, 10 chapters of the book. It's really funny to me, because it's kind of like Alien, In Alien, it took a whole hour until we actually saw the alien become into its adult form and start killing the crew. And it's kind of like that, you know? It's kind of like you gotta wait a little bit. It's giving you, like, they even, like, have tours of the ship and stuff to give you a feel of what this thing could look like. And giving you a feel of the prisoners and the guards that are guarding it and stuff. And it's good. I like those kind of stories where it builds up to that. And a lot of people bitch complain, like, oh, get to the alien, you know? But that's the magic behind that movie, is that it establishes characters, and not only that, but while it's establishing characters, you're seeing the ship too, and you're getting to see the ship, and you're seeing what it's like. It's like, okay, now I know the paths and stuff like that, so we're good. But this book is really successful as that. Not as successful as Alien, but it kind of has that same feel, because it takes like 10 chapters until we get into the zombie action, and that works perfectly.
I want to go take Mia to go potty.
I really don't care! Get out of here! Jesus Christ. But anyway, this book really does a good job at character development. We got a Star Wars book that has character development, unlike the previous book. Piece of crap. But, you know, I think that this book has a lot of good character development. Kale is interesting. Basically, there's 7 characters, I'm going to say. There's Trig Longo. That's what his name is. Trig Longo. There's Kale Longo. They're brothers, and then their dad was killed. Daddy Longo. Then we got Sahara Cody. We got 2 characters. I'm gonna spoil it. Han Solo and Chewbacca. So that's 6 people right there. Or that's 5 people. Oh, God damn it! I'm so stupid. There's 5 people, and then there's 6. Yeah, I was 6. Yeah. God damn it! It's 6 people. And then the last one's Sartoris. No, but, you know, after reading this, I thought it was great. I thought, like, because it ends on a good note, and not only that, but it, like, it's sequel bait. Like, you could make a sequel out of this. Now, there were a couple problems that I had with it. First of all, I don't like how the zombies, are really smart. I don't know, it's just me, because I'm used to, like, Walking Dead, where they're just normal zombies, and they walk, and I mean, I've seen World War Z and a lot of other zombie movies. I've seen millions of zombie movies. But I have never heard of zombies this smart, except for Resident Evil, but Resident Evil is kind of different, you know, it's kind of like a virus, but then it's kind of like a brain thing. I don't know. It's like Umbrella Corp, and they start muting things together. It's a weird thing. It's not like Resident Evil. Resident Evil, I think, is different. I don't even consider that a zombie movie. It depends on what people think of it nowadays. But personally, I'm not a big Resident Evil fan. I only watched like 1 movie, so out of that, I think these zombies, aside from Resident Evil, I think these zombies are weird to me, because they basically, these zombies have memory of you know, their past. And as much as that sounds cool, it's kind of ridiculous, and you don't need it in a book like this. Basically, the zombies in this book learn, like, let's for instance say someone was shooting a zombie. The zombie would see that, and they'd be like, oh. And then so they'd have, like, a memory of their training, and they'd start using weapons. Now, I think this is kind of stupid, because their aiming is terrible, like they already are. So there's no point in having to have them shoot, you know, because basically Han Solo's taking it like a breeze. In the book, he's just shooting the zombies, and the zombies are trying to shoot him, and they never hit anything. So it's kind of useless in a book like this, because the zombies, they're like, nothing happens when the zombies start shooting. When the zombies start shooting, it's just a distraction for Han Solo and Chewbacca to use their blasters. If you just keep them as regular walking zombies, we wouldn't even have this problem. But I think the zombies' actions in that book are quite stupid. I like the fact how they can crawl into vents and stuff, because, I don't know, I guess that's pretty cool. Because if they're smart enough, then they can crawl into vents and stuff. And that's cool to me. That's freaky. That's scary. That's like Alien, but Alien is more, I guess, let's say like he's more athletic, because they can go through shit and go through skinny stuff. But, you know, I think that, and, you know, that's the other funny thing about this book, too, is that it's so similar to Alien. And I'm not going to say it's an Alien clone. I'm not going to say that because it's not. But Alien's way different, and, you know, Alien is dealing with one creature, and then in this book, it's dealing with fucking, like, 500, maybe 30,000. Let's talk about the horror of the book, which this book is meant for. This book is really scary, and I mean, it is scary. I tried reading it, and the audiobook is 10 times more scarier, because basically, there are many parts of the book that will shock you. It's disturbingly disgusting. Like, there are just surgical parts where they stick body parts in, and, like, zombies tearing people out. It is extraordinarily graphic. And if you are an intense graphic reader, go ahead and give it a go. But, I mean, it is really graphic, and it is really scary. It's a really scary horror book, and that's what it's supposed to be. You know, that's the great thing about these Star Wars books, is that they focus on the main story itself. Kind of like how Rogue One's doing it. They're focusing on the story. Like when they show Darth Vader in the trailer, it's because their main focus of Rogue One is not to show the trailer. They're supposed to show Jyn Erso and the crew trying to get the Death Star plans. That is the freaking story. It's not about Darth Vader. Even though, as much as we love Darth Vader, which I absolutely do, as you can see from my beautiful room, that's not the focus of the movie. That's not the focus of the story that we're trying to follow. The story that we're trying to follow is them getting the Death Star plans. Getting the Death Star plans. Getting the Death Star plans. That's the whole point of Rogue One. And same thing with Force Awakens, but you know, a lot of people wanted to show Luke Skywalker. More Luke Skywalker. Give me more. As much as we wanted more, the way it ended was kind of perfect because it's given us a hint to the future, making us more 10 times excited for the sequels, instead of us having them say something and then it was just like, it was okay ending. As much as we all hate it, it's kind of a good thing because we're getting more and more excited for the next chapters of Star Wars. And this book really does that really well, you know? You know, and it's great. That's how, you know, all stories should be, is the main focus of the story. Death Troopers is focused on horror. You know, Episode 3 is focused on Darth Vader returning, and, you know, Darth Vader's past. That's what the prequels were all about, too, is they were about Darth Vader. About Anakin becoming this horrible, you know, monster, and that works in the prequels. As much as we didn't want to see Anakin because he was a whiny bastard, I still respect it because of what it's trying to bring to us at the screen. And I think that most people need to realize that. They need to realize that you don't get what you want, you know? I didn't see Rogue One, but I know that Darth Vader's not going to be in it for a while. I've seen some reviews where they said that Darth Vader's only in it for like 4 minutes of the movie. So it's and that's okay, and I think that's fine. If we get like a little bit of Darth Vader, if you eliminated Darth Vader out completely, then I'm just like, where is he? He's a part of the story too. But don't put him in the movie for like too long. Maybe like a minimum of 10 minutes and that's it. Because we can't focus too much on that. We can't focus too much on what's going on. So, but Death Troopers is a very good book. I got on my tangent a little bit there. Death Troopers is a really great book. I think you guys should go... God damn it, my wording is terrible today. I'm literally gonna kill myself. I'm gonna go get some Clorox. I don't know what's going on. I gotta get some Clorox.
2 hours later.
Oh, this ain't Clorox. This is juice. But like I said, I totally recommend that you guys get this book. It's only like $5, I think. I saw it on Amazon one time. It might be around that range. I'm not sure. But it's a great book. It's a great horror book, and it ends really well. Surprisingly for a zombie book, it ends on a good note. It ends on like a good, that's a good ending, you know? And Look, this book is a very good book. It's a very scary, disturbingly shocking book. For a Star Wars horror book, it really knocks it out of the park. Joe Schreiber, I'm giving you full credit, except for this piece of shit. No, this piece of shit, this fucking thing is just nasty. Don't buy this. But Death Trooper's book is great. I think it's a beautiful freaking book. For a Star Wars book too, surprisingly, it's a great book. I mean, unlike other shit out there, unlike like It and like Stephen King's shit, even though Stephen King's a weirdo, I suspect that this book is actually really good, and I highly recommend it to anybody out there. It is a magnificent, great book, and I think you guys should go and check it out. Because I mean, unlike other Star Wars books out there, this one's actually really good. So, yeah, and I think that it's a book for everybody, except for kids, though. Kids are going to be like... I'm actually going to keep this on, because this is actually pretty cozy. I'm sorry, it's very cozy, and when I do that stuff, I don't know, gets me riled up.
Gay!
Not in that way. Just never mind I said anything. I was releasing my inner child. But anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, do anything you like. And like I said, go check out this book. It's a really great book by Joe Schreiber, and I think you guys should go definitely do that right after this video. I mean, there's a full audiobook on YouTube, so you can go check that out as well. Okay, so that's it. Please like, subscribe, and like I said, tonight is the night, man. It's Twitch streaming. I'm going to be watching movies. Tonight's the night, and tomorrow night, Rogue One, and I'm going to be reviewing the movie totally. I'm not even going to fucking do anything. I'm going to review Rogue One no matter what. So don't even get butthurt, because I'm going to be reviewing Rogue One, okay? Don't even do it. Don't even doubt me. I'm going to do it. It's not like other reviews where I say I'm going to do it, and I never do it. Don't you dare. I'm going to do it. I'm going to review Rogue One, and you're going to like it! Now, this is why we can't have nice things.